Hey guys, just doing a little video because someone asked me about install, so I thought it'd just be easy to do a video. This is my Sprinter. It's got the cubbyhole, lift up cubbyhole. I know some of them have just got the drawer there. I've got AC in mine, slightly different controls, but they're all basically the same. You can get a little trim tool. You can buy a pack of these for about £4 off Amazon. If not, a spoon or some non-marking. So what we start off by doing is just getting it to the top, get at the back of there. There's clips, spring clips, there's no screws on this, so just work it across. Be careful on the corners because you don't want to crack the trim. Now they are prone to cracking there and there, so be careful with that. What I tend to find is good, just run that down and it just pops it off. Once it's popped off, same on the other side, get your trim tool in, slide it down and it just pops off like that. There's a wire there, you can disconnect it, but I find it's easier just to let it hang. There's a bit of excess wire in there, but remember to put that back in as best you can, otherwise it might jam it. So to get access under this cubbyhole, you need to undo these screws here for this trim panel. So there's one there and one there, and the same at the other side, one there and one there. And then once you've undone them two screws, get hold of the top and give it a sharp pull. That side will come off, move it out of the way. This silver chant, pull it off, out the way. And then on the top here, there's a couple of screws at the front here, I think, if I remember rightly, a couple of screws down there. You undo them. That's also the satellite antenna, which you'll need to, what I've done there is I've put that on the speaker grill. So again, get your little trim tool, just pop it under and just pop that up. Sometimes you just get your nail in it, just pop it on, just clips on. You can see there I've drilled a little hole in one of them hexagons, second one back, and then I feed the wire through that and then stick that double-sided tape. You stick that on the back of the grill, that's fine. Clean it, if it's got any silicone on it, won't stick. And then you feed the wire down through underneath the cupboard. So it basically comes in the back of there. There's a little slot in the moulding underneath this, and bring the wire in through there. And there's a massive area under here. Bring it up under here and plug it into the back of the stereo. For the USBs, I just drilled a 12mm hole, put a rubber grommet on, and then I fed the wire, the square little plugs back through that way, because obviously you won't get the big USBs through that way. And then I put them at the front. The last one I did, I put them at the back. What I tend to find, if you put them at the back and you're driving, you can't stretch and reach them. If you put them at the front, you can grab the wires and pull them up to you. So I always put them at the front. And that's it really. I mean, everything goes back in reverse order. It's not to be scared of. The only delicate pieces around the trim, just like I say, roll your trim piece down like that and it'll pop it all off on these little spring clips. The stereo comes out, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4 Torx screws. You undo that with the original stereo. There's a multi-plug. Undo the multi-plug, that pops off. Depending, you'll have a multitude of different bits. These just pop off. Squeeze the connectors and pop them off on them. You won't use the aerial. You'll get an adapter within the radio for the aerial. Put the adapter on and that fits in the back of the radio and works fine. The big multi-plug, that just pushes into the back of the plug that comes on the stereo, so that's just plug and play with a CAN bus and everything in it. And then when you do the CAN bus, to get the steering wheel working, I found there's a multitude of different options you've got with that. So you go to car settings, so you go on home, apps, car settings, factory settings, and I think it was 880, no, is it 0008, no, 1200 1238. I'll find out what that is. The password comes in the box. When you get the box, if you look in there, it'll tell you what the password is on it. And then I'm sure, I thought it was, I'm sure that, oh, there you go, 4/8, and that brings you into your little sub menus. So what you want to be on is your protocol parameter settings, and this basically gives you all your information, so you can turn your radar switching, parking switching off and stuff like that. Your pop-ups, door switching, so if your door's the wrong way around, things like that. So what did I get? I went on to protocol settings. So these are all different settings for the steering wheel. Now on the Mercedes Sprinter, because obviously this fits an array of different Mercedes, so what you want to be doing is scrolling down to High World, select that, because it'll be on, I'm sure it's when you get them, there'll be this top one here. What you want to do is scroll down to High World, Benz, and then confirm, and then that'll make sure that all your controls work for your telephone and your volume and things like that. So coming back out of there, so that was in protocol settings, so I'm going backwards obviously. And then your code on mine was, I'm sure they're all the same, it's 4/8, okay. So protocol settings, and then you'll scroll down, it'll probably be on that Xing Poo, whatever it is. You want it on High World, Benz, and then confirm, and it'll work perfect. Then come back out of there. This is all your system information, car settings and stuff. You don't have to worry about that. Back home, all your apps and stuff, like your maps are all on there. It's just like a tablet, to be fair. You can just download whatever you want out of Play Store. I've logged into my Amazon Music on my phone and stuff, so you can obviously log into all your accounts, Prime Videos and things like that, and watch videos. So to watch that online streaming, you just turn your hotspot on your phone, which is depending on which one. If you've got a Samsung, strike down twice from top of screen, hotspot, select, and then you'd go to your up the top again, so you'd pull that down like you would a normal one. Wi-Fi, because I've not turned my hotspot on yet. Bluetooth obviously working. This is just like it's pretty much just like an Android phone, you know, it's all basic sort of same stuff. The change screen, you can change, go on your apps, that's an easy one. Theme, there's loads. There's all these, you can have different ones on it. The one I've got seems to work for me. You can get like, you know, Audi's sort of style, but you just select them and okay. These are all different bits and bobs. Phone link, I ain't got into that. It's, you have to reduce the security on the phone, which I want that fuss for doing. I just downloaded all the apps that I need on there anyway. My Messenger, my WhatsApp, it's all on there. Weather, video, global player, which is obviously internet music, Amazon Music. You've got obviously your standard radio, which is tune it in obviously.
With all of the details and the full lineup for Radio 2 in the park. Have a fantastic evening.
There's a digital sound processor on it, so you can tune your radio. I mean, to be fair, the Mercedes speakers aren't that good anyway. So if you start turning bass up, you'll end up blowing them out. They're a bit crap, to be fair. Like I say, there's this model has got DAB, but you need a DAB aerial if you want DAB. These don't come with a DB aerial. They have all the auxiliary in and all that other stuff. You can download stuff onto it. I think it was a 256 gig or something, so it's quite a decent memory on it. Bluetooth, so obviously phone, you can stream music off it. But radio back on. Yeah, so there you go. So reinstallation is what you got to remember when you're putting that back on. So put your screws back in at the back there, if you can see them. There's some screws there that you take out. Anyway, to put it back in, let's You obviously screw this in first, your box. Clip them on, screw them in, clip them on, screw them back in, screw the stereo back, make sure it's all loose and not pushing back on out. This trim just clips in onto little push clips. I'm trying to do it one-handed. There it is, just like that. And that just sits lovely there, out of weight. And then this again, you basically put that in. Right, you've got to put this on put the wire in and get it in the little hole as best you can. And then you're better off clipping this on at the bottom first, like that, and then working your way up, like that. And that's it, sweet as a nut. Like I said, there's digital sound processor and everything on it. You can faff about with it. I just spend an hour messing about with them. Get it how you want it. I've got it how I want it. I'll use it for driving, so my maps, I just go straight to Google Maps. Like I say, I put my hotspot on my phone. Everything's on then that becomes basically my phone. Hands-free works well. People say that they can hear me clear. Some of them are rubbish, but this one's quite good. Microphone's here. There is a remote point on the back for a remote microphone if you want to put a remote mic in, but people have said it's clear sound, so why bother. Hope this helps you out, bud. Any questions, just give us a shout.